I think Scream 7 is also that week.
Yeah.
Last week in February.
Yep.
And I mean, I'll take it everywhere. It's Paramount, but I think we're getting a little long in the tooth on these. And I'm concerned about Paramount's marketing since the takeover happened. I'm not sure that the spending or the marketing is being done the same. And which is sad because for a while there, Paramount was like super on it with the marketing. Like they were nailing it. So I don't feel like they've done that with the last few films.
If it ain't broke, break it yourself.
Yes.
And then fix it, please.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
This is the Off the Break Podcast, your podcast dedicated to current movie theater news, operations, and insights from the people that book the movies.
Welcome to another episode of Off the Break Podcast. I'm Kyle, and joining me today is Alyssa and Cody.
I know.
Hello.
This is a random one where Ken's not involved. This feels weird.
I know. I feel like we haven't done the podcast in, I don't even know.
Like us three as a crew, as I bump my mic.
Right. Have we ever done it?
With
I don't
us three?
know.
This might be a first, actually.
Yeah.
I can't recall.
Or it's been so long.
Or it's been that long that it feels like it.
Yeah.
Well, whether this was the first time or the second time around, this is going to be a good crew to talk about many things, including Masters of the Universe, which the trailer for that just dropped today as we're recording. And I think we're finding out that we low-key like Masters of the Universe because there was kind of talks about prior to the trailer releasing that we were enjoying the idea of this movie.
Well, I loved He-Man when I was little and She-Ra, but I mostly liked
I was
He-Man.
about to ask about She-Ra.
Yeah, I like She-Ra. She was tough, but I didn't really like princessy things when I was little, so I still gravitated toward He-Man.
Although she was a warrior princess.
She was such a warrior, but she still
Yeah.
had to wear a skirt, and I was like, no, I just go with He-Man, who wears like nothing.
They updated it.
Practically wears one too.
He's very vulnerable, but that shows his confidence
And muscles.
and muscles. Confidence.
I think wearing a skirt shows a lot of confidence, Cody. We have kilts.
That's true. They're not so short though.
Probably not. No, definitely not as
They're more
short.
like for warmth. They create a bubble of heat in there.
Wow.
They're functional.
Very
They're
functional.
useful.
Yeah. Skirt.
But yeah, you keep going with the He-Man talk.
Yeah. So we were kind of Alyssa mentioned that the trailer had dropped, so we're like, oh, great. And then we kind of were talking about how we like it. And I was like, I'm in the mood for a He-Man movie. Like I was at that time when I really wanted Mortal Kombat. Like, I want something with violence and action, and it's a little campy. And I'm like there for it right now.
Campiness every now and then.
I need some fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, things need to be fun again.
Yes.
and so I'm excited for this one. I don't think it looks like dumb and stupid and like
No,
why
it
are they
looks really
making
good.
like it doesn't, and it looks better than, in my mind, I'm more excited about this than Doomsday. Like I just not
Wow. This
I don't
is
have-
your Avengers, huh?
this is gonna be my Avengers. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I shouldn't be surprised about that.
Yeah. Yeah, could have taken 2 seconds and been like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
With the years we've done together, yeah, this checks out very well.
Yeah.
I just hope that this reaches out to younger audiences as well. It's kind of become a conversation lately that newer generations also need their own properties. And I think that's becoming harder to realize for the industry as we're seeing like a reboot for a property that, let's face it, is like on the verge of being very older skewing.
Oh yeah.
So I just hope that it could have a pop and that trailer could have an excitement for like generations coming up, especially because they're like the movie going generation too.
Yeah.
So-
well, I mean, and there's chances for offshoots of this, I would imagine,
Yeah.
right? I don't know
Oh, of
like a
course.
ton about He-Man, but it seems like there could be a lot to go to and a lot of room to grow.
That saber-toothed tiger probably talks, so it probably will have a spin-off
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. The spin-off potential.
on MGM Plus. Yeah, it's gonna be a thing.
Oh, no.
I looked at it in two ways. So there was the mom part of me that was like, I think this would work for my boys. They're kind of in that preteen age, and the property isn't so old that it misses like what modern audiences like in the action and the, I don't know, the themes and stuff. I think we are having an issue where some properties are getting so old that it doesn't appeal to the taste of modern audiences. I think we're seeing that with like Smurfs
Yeah.
and trolls a little, and like there's maybe and that's more in the kid show realm, but we're definitely seeing it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, maybe this one's like old enough that it's new, but not so old that the taste, it wouldn't appeal to the modern themes.
Yeah.
And then the girl part of me was like, peeking over Alyssa's shoulder, watch at the trailer, and I was like, when's his shirt off? Like, there are way too many clothes in this trailer. What is happening? Who is this person?
I'm sorry, you're speaking to the new wave of ages and demographics that are wanting more clothes on.
I thought He-Man was in this movie. I don't know.
I don't see him. Where is he?
I just see a fully clothed man.
I saw a sword. I saw Skeletor, but I didn't see He-Man anywhere in this trailer.
Speaking of Skeletor, it was like the full Skeletor costume, including like the skull face
and the creepy beady eyes.
It looks good.
No
Ken. I know it's Jared Leto, but
Yeah.
like the look is great.
Thank goodness it doesn't look like him, because
it doesn't have.
I think that would put
his
people
face
off.
at all.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised by that. I thought it would show his face a lot more, if at all, and we wouldn't even see like the skeleton face.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping like it's just his voice at this point.
Yeah.
And not like him
Doing
halfway
that
through the movie and then all of a sudden like he burns his face or something and then he has a skeleton face. I don't know.
I don't know the lore. I don't know.
No, exactly. I have no clue either. But our worries about it just make it seem like maybe they're gonna hide Jared Leto just a bit.
I hope they do.
I mean,
Yeah.
But otherwise, it looked fun, and it looked like there was a budget and it looked quality, and so I'm excited for this one.
Yeah. And it's made by the director of Bumblebee, and that movie rocks.
That one was good.
It was the one good Transformers movie.
It didn't get enough praise and commercial success at the time. I think it got buried because I think it was a Christmas title at 2018. I think it just got buried.
Oof, Christmas title. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't that the Bumblebee too, where Leica did some of the stuff?
It's his company, I think.
Yeah.
That same director's company, so I wouldn't be shocked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think you're right.
That was a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so do we have anything else to add?
No, looking forward to it.
Okay. So switching gears here, we're going to talk about just the outcome of the box office from last weekend and then looking ahead to February. We can just pivot about 28 years later. Bone Temple, that was rough. We were really thinking that the estimates were a bit wrong last week.
Yeah.
And turns out they were very right and then some.
Sad
with only like 14 million opening, maybe even less than that.
Yeah, it was rough. I had a couple theories, but I've really settled on that it was a gory very gory, very violent, and I do just think that at this time of year in January, nobody's looking for that. I think we also...
That's like half of what there is.
I know. I think that we also saw that issue with Primate.
Yeah.
Like I think Primate could have done better in a different month, but people just are not looking for that kind of horror, gruesome title.
Kind of a crazy way to start the new year.
I think Megan did okay.
Chaos.
Because at that one time, I think you can launch a horror film, but I think it has to be more like...
palpable.
I don't know. Yeah, like less like slasher horror and more like maybe jump scare horror. Like maybe there's like a type difference there.
So I was gonna say January usually is the time for a horror title. So 20 years later, being in here was not a concern of mine because it seemed like the title of the month.
Yeah. And it's a substantial title too. Like,
yeah.
I mean, people love the franchise, and so it had, it was like, oh, maybe this is the one.
The one thing, and I heard this from a buddy of mine who's a fan of horror, because he was able to go out and see this movie, and he thought like it was a great movie, but he understands why audiences may have not come out because technically this movie still has the same title as the last movie did, which was 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So I think between
Sony and they suck at titles.
I mean, granted, there's a subtitle, which is a classic Sony move, the Bone Temple, but nonetheless, audiences are both smart and dumb.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone, but that's just the truth of the matter. So them seeing the same title with the same cast, because it has Ray Fiennes in it again, one can make the assumption that they thought in their heads that they already saw this movie, whether it was from 6 months ago in the theaters or even with it being on Netflix currently.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's a
So
good
maybe
point.
if this movie waited a year and was out in like, I don't know, maybe June, July, August, like it could have done better.
I wonder why they did it so fast after.
Yeah.
That's a really tight timeline.
'Cause it was a summer title, and then this is less than a year.
Yeah.
If they had just pushed it back to being a fall title, like
Yeah.
this, I think it would have done so much better in August or September. Like it just feels better because it like a more upscale film that you would have
Yeah.
at that time, the more upscale horror. But yeah, I do think speaking on Kyle's title, I think if they had just dropped the 28 years later and just had Bone Temple at 28 years
28
Years
years
later
later
story.
something or something from the universe, but just called it Bone Temple,
Yeah.
you might have gotten more
Yeah.
interest in it.
Maybe, but I think the 28 years title is just
It's still the draw.
it's the draw. I
Yeah.
just think if it wasn't in January, maybe we would have seen something different. But that's just a theory that's too low, too late.
Yeah.
Anyway. So anyway,
It was
since
bad, whatever it was.
It was bad, and we gotta shake that off and
Yeah.
move along with things.
Yep.
So last week we had Shayla and Ken talk about their strategies for booking through the rest of January and into February, but
Yeah.
we haven't yet for Alyssa and Cody. So if you guys want to chime in and see the lay of the land on things.
What are your little towns looking for?
Little towns are just looking for something. You know, it's hard because it's hard because January, none of them, at least a lot of mine, don't want the horror rated R, and especially the gory ones. So it was tough. We tried to, piecemeal from Christmas, which I'm sure, a lot of people are still doing and stuff, carrying through Christmas, which I'm sure Cody still is too. We got Charlie the Wonder Dog in there, because a lot of people didn't want to do Bone Temple. Which is Viva Pictures, and even with Owen Wilson, it's just, Viva's still small. But the terms are nice, so we stick with that, and then really looking forward to February. Angel Studios, Solo Mio, a lot of mine are doing that.
Okay.
Angel Studios has been a big hit, especially after David. People are looking comfy for that.
Well, Solo got so much trailering on David too that I think it in the minds it's the next.
And you have
next
Kevin
title.
James, so people know who he is. It looks
Love King of
cute.
Queens.
It looks sweet. Like
Love Here Comes the Boom.
Here comes the boom.
I love Zookeeper.
What
I love
about?
Paul Blart
I was gonna
Mall
say,
Cop.
what about
Keep
Mall
it
Cop?
going.
Love Kevin James.
So it just feels like a good title, a good time for it.
Yeah.
And hitting that. So it's kind of a nice coast into February for mine.
Yeah. For my big theaters, where we are still holding up some of the Christmas product. We're hoping that the Academy nominations bump up things, but
Which also happened today.
which happened today. If you haven't played it, you're not really going to bring it in at this point. So that's in a big complex. And the still works in the little towns though. So you've got it some time, but we're already hitting up that streaming window. And so we've kind of lost the juice on those. But looking at the February titles, I think they're all going to be good. I don't think that they're going to have long legs. I don't think they're going to play 6, 8, 10 weeks or anything like that. I think some of them are just 2 weeks and done, but I think we have enough consistent product that the theater should be fine. But that Valentine's weekend is turning out to be
stacked.
a huge stacked weekend.
Which is exciting.
I do think we need to all be prepared for a very surprising Valentine's weekend, which I feel like we haven't said in quite some time.
I've never thought of Valentine's as a movie going weekend. I know it's a date weekend, but it just Valentine's Day moves, is different parts of the week. It just has never been something that's like always on a weekend.
Yeah, but even still, like there's still plenty of couples that can only find time on the weekends.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense that regardless of Valentine's falling on a weekend or not, like it still would be a good movie. Time of the year. I don't even know what I just said.
I was with
Help me
you.
out,
It made
guys.
sense. It made sense.
I think the
Okay.
convergence of Valentine's being on a weekend helps for that this year.
Yeah.
And the fact that we have some interesting like date movies.
Yeah.
Like Solo Mio will hold over. We've got Wuthering Heights open. But then we also got some other stuff. Like we got Goat. So we got a kids movie again, which that looks really good. And then I have Crime 101 from Amazon. And while Amazon's not getting a lot of Melania play, I'm taking Crime 101 everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Because that one at least looks like a film for the guys if they don't want to go to something if they don't want to do date night with the gals.
Sure.
And then I even have some couple little titles. I'm thinking Cold Storage is one.
Oh, yeah.
And is it, Good Luck.
Oh, Good Luck, Have
Fun, Don't Die.
Yeah.
Which I think looks really quirky and interesting. So
It feels like Everything Everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like that A24 movie.
Yeah.
It feels like a potential to do that, but it's Briarcliff.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Less marketing, but that's okay.
Less marketing, but still a small title that could have a pop in places.
I think so. At least it looks fun and
No, it does.
different,
Yeah.
and I don't mind in general on the release schedule to have so many sequels and IP properties like we have, as long as we're sprinkling in these new things,
Yeah.
just to give some like flavor and diversity to this stuff, because it'll get so stale if all we talk about are sequels forever.
No kidding.
So I do like that people are taking risks, and I always try to support these ones when they look decent. And I think this one looks really decent.
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of seeing a lot of risk being made, especially with small up and coming independent distributors like Black Bear
Yeah.
has started to announce like a handful of their own movies coming out this year, and that's going to be great having them sprinkled throughout the year.
Oh, yeah.
One of them just released a trailer with Dustin Hoffman called Tuner.
Oh,
Actually
yeah.
looks pretty good, coming out in May. So there's 2026 is going to be like seeing that sprinkling of like new blood within the industry coming in and taking
We need
advantage
it.
of
Yeah, it's exciting.
theatrical calendar.
The one you don't have on your list here, though, that should be good for everybody is I Can Only Imagine 2.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
Yeah, walk me through that one, because that's a sequel from a faith-based movie
Yeah.
from 6-7 years ago.
Yes.
8 years
It's
ago?
been a minute.
It's been a minute, but it was a very well-liked property. So
did do good
in the
business.
faith,
Very good.
in the faith sphere, I feel like there's a few like legacy films that haven't gotten a sequel, but if they did, it would be good. This would be one of them. Let's see, what was it? Fire was.
Soul on Fire?
Yeah, maybe it's Soul on Fire, or Playing. It's not Playing with Fire.
I'm not going to be helpful.
There's a
here.
couple of those with Kirk Cameron. What was that one?
Ooh, maybe I was wrong then. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, that one, I didn't see it, so now that's why I'm blanking on the title of it. War Room was a really good one that I always get requests and stuff for too. There's just been a few of these that are like really mainstream, but very what I think.
Were you talking about Fireproof?
Fireproof. Thank you. I knew it had fire in
Is
it.
it a sequel to Fireproof?
No, it's not. I'm saying that Fireproof is one of those legacy faith titles that really set the genre, that really broke out and said these faith-based films can go mainstream. And I Can Only Imagine is one of those.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited for a sequel for that.
Yeah.
Is Remember the Titans one of those? It's not
No.
really. I guess it's not
I
really
wouldn't.
faith-based. What football movie was that? I don't know now. It doesn't matter.
There's getting to be so many of them. It's hard.
Well,
and the lines
that's
are
kinda
blurring,
true.
like what really counts as a faith-based film.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
But I felt like Fireproof, I Can Only Imagine, those were ones where it was like their Christian beliefs really propelled the characters and like that set that genre up. So
Gotcha.
I'm excited for that one. And then at the end of the month, I'm getting a lot of requests for this Elvis Presley concert.
Okay, I was trying to get that mentioned to see if there was anything going on, but Jayla and Ken
Neon.
were not giving me anything.
No. Oh, yeah. No, I've had.
But you guys have
numerous.
different.
Numerous
Okay,
requests.
walk me through
It's
that.
it's a concert film. It's concert footage with some behind the scenes stuff of an Elvis Presley concert. The first week on the 20th is IMAX exclusive. So it's going to go in IMAX 1 week exclusive first, and then go wide in regular theaters on the 27th.
And it's still done by Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah.
And apparently it's footage that he discovered while making Elvis, the movie. But this is all like documentary style.
Yes. Like real footage.
Yeah.
Real. But Baz Luhrmann will have redone all the sound, and so the music Elvis singing will sound awesome. And
Gotcha.
Yeah.
it won't be like grainy like footagey stuff.
Right. But after that first weekend for IMAX, it can go to anyone that wants
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Way cool.
They're going to go wide with it on the 27th. So that one I got to now figure out space for on that.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
For February?
End of and last week in February. Yeah. And then we get into I think Scream 7 is also that week.
Yeah.
Last week in February.
Yep.
And I mean I'll take it everywhere. It's Paramount, but I think we're getting a little long in the tooth on these and I'm concerned about Paramount's marketing since the takeover happened. I'm not sure that the spending or the marketing is being done the same. And which is sad because for a while there, Paramount was like super on it with the marketing. Like they were nailing it. So I don't feel like they've done that with the last few films.
If it ain't broke, break it yourself.
Yes.
And then fix it, please.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think SpongeBob is one of those
I mean,
things that are getting into like the newer generation.
Long in the tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
got
was-
that theory going as well now.
I was so sad when that went to see the grosses on that and to see that not work.
It's like when, for us growing up in the 2000s, like the 70s or 80s stuff was like old, even though that was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
We're 20 years now from when
God, here we
SpongeBob
are.
and then some. Like
Yeah.
it was bound to happen, right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
might just be, might be time to get new IPs going. It might be time to.
Oh, that's scary though.
That's Bluey next year.
Bluey.
No, that's fine.
That'll
Yeah.
be great.
Fine. We got one. So let's jump in and talk about our main topic today, which is why do theaters need film bookers?
Oh my gosh. For this changing landscape, for this conversation we just had
Yeah.
about IP being long in the tooth, what we're seeing in other theaters, what's burbling up. I mean, the whole fact that I could talk about the Elvis movie is something that's happening because I'm hearing about it from all these different theater managers and they're getting it from their audience. Like a film buyer aggregates all of this data and information together and helps you have insight into the broader picture, I think, of the industry and what's going on and trends and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think a film buyer is really just your good programming partner. They should be there to support you with new ideas, insights into trends, and also like any good partner tell you when your ideas are not good or maybe you're making too many personal choices. Like I always approach a film buyer as somebody that is all looking out for your business as well. We want to make you successful. And so I always hope that they would want to see a theater be successful and tell an owner, which is really hard because the owner pays the film buyer, it's their boss, say, hey, maybe this one's not a good idea. Maybe you're putting too much of your own personal taste into it. We can allow for some of that, but we want your business to thrive.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of good reasons to have a film buyer. I think ease and convenience, like all of our time is taken up with learning about all these movies and who the distributors are and when they're going and what the policies are and all that. And then if you were trying to do that on your own, plus deal with all the concession vendors, your point of sale vendors, and your second job, because theaters can't always be your first and only income, it'd be too much for you. So outsourcing some of the services in your business isn't a bad idea. And I think a crucial one is a film buyer for the theater business.
It's funny how 8 years into this podcast and we're finally kind of having this conversation about why this is almost integral if you're running a movie theater, but we have just seen so many new movie theaters come into this industry and then kind of find out that this is their last step into the whole process of running their business is, oh yeah, I have to find the movies, but I don't know who to contact, or I don't know how to get a hold of Hollywood, or how do I even get a hold of these movies? And it's just good to throw this out there and remind business owners for movie theaters that it almost is integral to get help, whether you're starting out or whether you've been 20 years 30 years into the game and still need those reminders that Cody was saying about giving you the harsh realities of like what to book and when to book it, or
Mm-hmm.
just how to follow like the trends of what audiences are needing. Just funny in hindsight that we're kind of coming across this now.
Right. It seems so self-explanatory, but it's
we're
not.
so inundated.
Yeah.
Like it's, but like for Alyssa, you can probably attest to this. Like coming into this job and doing this for a year, you weren't even in the movie theater industry at all.
No.
So to like learn about this on the fly, and it just has probably made sense for you to see these theaters probably need that assistance.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's something you don't even think about, especially when you have people who are just so, I mean, blinded, I don't say that in a bad way, of the excitement of opening movie theater because they love movies so much. And they're like, wait, I can't play. I have to stick to a schedule. I have to do these film. I have to do like all of these things that you don't think about. And so especially for that reason, it's why, you need to have a film buyer, because everything changes so much and just there's so many details and situations that come up. And I can't even imagine doing it like alone without someone like us to help facilitate and help. I mean, ease the way, like you said, like I do. So many people have another job or they're just a volunteer, and it's wild. So if anything to make your life easier is great.
Yeah.
I've also noticed that this aspect of the industry is the hardest to find. I feel like it's much easier to find vendors, to find tech, to find equipment. Just with a Google search, as much as it's easy to find things because of Google and the internet. But film buyers or film bookers, however you want the phrase to be, that's, I think, the next step that needs to be taken to help ease people into this industry more and more.
Yeah.
I think it would be able to help the industry be able to get more movie theaters up and running.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard just to find them.
Right. I think not only is it hard to find this, it's all relationship based. It's not,
Sadly,
no
yeah.
kidding.
it's not
Yeah.
something you can't just Google who to contact at Disney because I want to book this movie. Like you just, Disney doesn't want to be inundated with that stuff. So you build these relationships and these trusts, and film buyers do build that with theaters, with the theaters, and as a trust, like I know what I'm doing, I have experience, and I want to see your business successful, but also trust with the studio. Like I am working on behalf of this theater, and I promise you they will abide by your policies, and they will pay you, and they will do really good, and they will promote your movies. And there's a whole relationship there that you build up over time by managing your theaters, the theaters that you represent well, and then you carry that into the studios and saying, look, like you can trust us to do right by your product, and therefore you should give us your product and let us showcase it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, just somebody to go up to bat for you and to be in your corner and to tough love. I mean, all the above.
Yeah.
It's such an essential part.
And just with certain buyers and buying, you get a buying circuit, and you can get scalability. So you know that the power of what that buyer can accomplish. Sometimes they can work on getting you lower terms. It's very rare, but sometimes it can happen. But just more access to giveaways and marketing and all of that. I mean, for the most part, all the policies have been standardized. So amongst all the studios and the other distributors. So what you're being told about weekly minimums and things like that are really what the other circuits and big theater chains are also abiding by too. So it's very standard. It's just when it boils down to it, time, convenience, and trust. Who are you going to get to do this service? Because it is a service you can outsource within the theater ecosystem.
I can't even imagine as an independent theater doing that entire process on your own.
No.
I don't even think I've talked to a movie theater yet that has done that process on their own.
Well, I would be curious.
Yeah.
They are out there.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
And I've had, I've been doing it long enough. I've had one or two theaters say, and really just one that I know for sure, but one or two that have said, I think I can do this on my own, and then went on their own just to save money because they didn't want to pay the fee for a buyer, because it comes with a cost. All this great things in a relationship come with a cost.
Sure.
And they didn't want to, have that cost. But really, I find that there's been many more times that people have started the process and just gotten lost in the weeds and then come to us.
Yeah.
And then the convenience of everything that the buyer provides, they never look back again. They just realize they don't have time for it amongst everything else that's going on. And as much as they love movies, they're not staying up on everything. And so then what's happening is they're like, oh, I heard that was a good movie, I want to play it. And then they have to take the time to track down who that was with. Or they just there's been a couple that we've had that just got a contact at, say, like Neon or A24, like one person, and they've only ever played those movies from a smaller studio because that was the only contact they had, and they just went with it and didn't even try to find other people. So I've had experience with all of that stuff. I've also had experience where not every buyer is the same, and you really got to find a buyer that works with your goals and your personality and what their services are, because there's a lot of movement.
A barber.
Yeah,
it is.
Once you find a good one, you stick with it.
Yeah.
They become your guy. And often, like, new clients that come into our sphere because they're just dissatisfied with the relationship that they've created with this other person. And because, like I said, it's really relationship based. And so you got to just find your right fit, which is hard. And I don't know if there's too many industries other than very personal ones, like a barber, dentist, or something that you have that relationship with. Which is interesting in of itself, that we can still in this industry, in the movie industry, still have personal relationship-based services out there.
Yeah.
But I think with the way that things are going for our industry, like, it's very healthy to have.
For sure.
For your state of mind.
You need it.
Yeah.
You need it for sure. As all the distributors become these huge corporate entities,
right,
it's nice to have like a human interaction.
Be like, we're in this, aren't we?
Yeah. All of us together.
Well, on top of Cody's great insight into like how this all works, we also had Shayla write about why you should have a film buyer, or why it might be good to have one. And that link for that blog post will be attached to the description of this episode as well. So thank you, Shayla.
Yeah, she wrote it out really, really great. Gave a lot of good reasons why and laid it out really nice in that blog post. So
Absolutely. Okay, so if we don't have anything else,
yes,
let's talk about
get
Cody's
to the good part.
Sports movie.
This was my sports movie. I had so many sports movies to pick from. I was telling Kyle while we were waiting for the podcast to start, I was like, this topic of sports movie has been one of our best themes that we've done.
I think so.
Like, there are so many movies we can choose from.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you get sports like adjacent, or where it's the sport plays a role but it's not all about the sport, there's even more movies to pick from.
Right.
And I love all the ones from like the 90s and
Of course.
early 2000s. So I picked one from the 90s. I picked Cool Runnings. I loved Cool Runnings growing up.
Yep.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Jamaican bobsled team.
The first.
Yeah. It
True story.
was a runners that didn't make it to qualify for the Olympics, and they needed to pivot because their dream was to go to the Olympics, and they couldn't go. They didn't qualify for running, so they figured out that they could do a bobsledding. There's a bobsled coach on the island that could, form a team.
It just so happens.
We could joke about that, but it's also a true story. So
Yeah.
I guess
So he puts together a ramshackle bobsled team, and they head to Canada
yeah.
and freeze their butts off.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
I know.
Yeah, but they made the most out of it.
You know,
They did.
I forgot. I mean, I loved that movie growing up, but I liked all the egg scenes and the.
So good.
The egg scene where one of the characters has a lucky egg.
Yeah, but he's always smooching it. He's
That
like,
drove
yeah.
me nuts. I'm gonna
What?
be honest. I thought that was
You
a
hated
weird,
the
I
lucky
thought that
egg?
was a weird little thing. I don't. Something about it bothered me. Maybe it was because he put in his pants and not because it wasn't like in a pocket or something. I don't know.
Did it
was just
bother you that
strange.
it never broke?
A little, yeah. I wanted there to be a moment where it breaks and he's like, I'm no good without it. And they're like, yeah, you are.
Yeah,
And-
you are. You're more than the egg.
But no, it was just a lucky egg. And
That character Shenka was the best character.
he's really
He's
funny.
so
He's
good.
funny. He's got the most personality. They're all got
all
good
great.
personalities,
Yeah.
but
They're
he,
so good.
yeah,
So charismatic.
all
four
of them. Yeah, in all different ways. They all fit like a good niche of a character.
Yeah.
But Senka is definitely the comic relief of it,
Yeah,
and he reminds
definitely.
me so much of like if they were Ninja Turtles, he would be Michelangelo.
Oh my gosh, it's Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
It is totally Ninja Turtles. There's a leader. There's the rough one.
Yeah.
So the leader
The smart,
is
intelligent one.
Yep.
was it Darren's? I can't remember his
I
name.
guess I can look up their
look up their names.
character names.
And then the Raphael would be the tough one that's always like getting into fights. And then Donatello would be the junior who brings the money and the heart of trying to overcome, his parents.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just so good.
Here we
What
go.
is it?
Let's help you out.
Okay, Darius. Darius is the leader, and that is
Yeah,
Leonardo.
that fits
Yeah.
it to a T.
They are Ninja Turtles. That's maybe why I love Ninja Turtles too.
Yeah.
Of course.
The parallel was
Totally
uncanny.
fitting the so many insights
John
into
Candy
myself.
does.
Candy, I was going to say, yeah.
Master Splinter. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
The guy from Switzerland who was like rooting against that Jamaican bobsled team was probably Shredder. If
Yeah.
you really want to go in the weeds.
yes.
I'm here for it.
No, this was my first time watching, and it was purely delightful. Although Mariah has seen it before in her family, and it was great having her rewatch it with me because apparently there was like 20 lines that her siblings quoted to each other all the time. So she was always pointing out like which ones they were. One specifically is like one of the characters at the beginning of the movie like asks if they're dead or something, and they say
dead man.
they ask it in such a way that was so funny to them that they when they're like, I don't know, it's seeing like one of them's tired or like if one of them's lost or something, they'll just look for them and go, "You dead?"
Yeah.
I told my sister I was watching it, and that's exactly what she texted back to me.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just, there's just moments that stick with you. It was a staple in mine too, and I don't know, there's just so many wholesome moments in it. Like, it's just a good story.
Yeah.
And
You know what's crazy? I forgot that they don't actually win.
Yeah.
They don't win the race.
No.
But the movie is still so good.
it's so
That did shock me, but it really works.
It's one of the few times them not winning
Yes.
worked. I didn't feel let down at all.
Well, because you're so scared too, because the crashes
Right.
are so terrifying.
The way
Yeah.
they filmed the bobsledding was really
Yeah.
impressive. I think they also
Yeah.
used of the crash. I think there was like footage of the crash, and they used that for the climax as well when they lose control. But no, the bobsledding scenes scenes in general are actually very good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The quality was great.
Yep.
And then the emotional payoff of them carrying their bobsled over
I
the finish
know.
line. Them saying, "I just have to finish."
Yep.
Because the goal was just
They-
to get
yeah.
there to the Olympics. They didn't.
The actual story is that
Yeah.
they didn't carry it; they just pushed it.
Yeah, but I like
But it's-
Hollywood that they
it's still
carried
so
it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
But still, they got out
got it
after a
over,
wreck.
yeah.
And
It's crazy they lived.
They were good enough that they could push
Yeah.
the thing and reach the finish line.
yeah,
No, it's
Epic. And then just the whole
So good.
wholesome of like, okay, we'll see you in 4 years.
yeah. I
See you
loved
next
all
time.
the wives and girlfriends that were back home talking trash, being like, "We're gonna come get you."
You better watch your mouth.
Yeah, I love. There were so many elements I loved about that.
I like that they didn't hide like the aspects of Jamaica. Like they were
Yeah.
hiding like
Yeah.
the closeness and the culture of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the culture shock is done effectively of them going from Jamaica to Canada. Obviously,
Yeah.
I think it's done effectively without being insulting either,
Yeah.
Right.
which is nice.
And
Yeah.
harping
Yep.
too much on things like, yeah, they played up the cold and
Yeah.
stuff, but not so much that wasn't
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
their
was.
fish out water story hits. It's effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very tight movie. It works very
And it's
well.
short.
Yeah.
I know.
Breezy. Yeah.
I know that Ken had said there were some slow parts in it for him, but
no.
We
No.
can't be complaining
can't-
about that
yeah,
for
no.
85-minute
That's-
long movies,
no.
Ken. We can't
No,
do that to
no.
ourselves.
these are like the new PG movies we need more of.
Yes.
I agree.
Give
I
us
don't-
more of that.
Live action, original stories.
I could easily point the finger at Disney for this, but I think many other studios like need to look in their catalogs, see how
For
these
sure.
movies were made. It's like yes, you have IP, but instead you could look at the IP and just be like, okay, what are the elements that work?
Yeah.
Such as these crisp run times, like how did they format the movies, and you can just copy and paste.
It can be done.
I can't
It
even
can.
imagine it's that expensive. Like,
No.
you know, because we really
John
need
Candy was the most expensive
Yeah.
part, and
Well, yeah.
we really need to look at making movies of like affordable and I'm not saying low budget, just affordable, so that in line with how they're going to grow, so that we get more of these little ones.
You don't need all flash and spectacle and
it shouldn't
Just
go
go
to
back to the roots.
streaming
You have to
either.
build.
yeah.
And a low budget doesn't automatically mean it's a streaming
Absolutely
movie.
not. Or bad. Low
Yeah.
budget does not mean bad. Like, yeah.
No. It's I don't know why I don't know. It feels like the lesson is almost there and being learned, but it hasn't quite like clicked yet. But it's gonna happen, I feel like. We're almost there. But
I can't tell if it's because there's too many executives that are of a certain age where they didn't grow up with these or didn't see these movies, or if there's too many old executives that have forgot about this. I don't know. Where is the person in there to be like, hey guys, remember these cool movies?
remember when we made Cool Runnings?
Yeah. Why can't we do that again?
You mean remake Cool Runnings? Well, no.
No.
Just take what you did and put it in a different story.
Yeah.
Will do the same effect. I don't know. But I'm glad that we're all on the same page, because that's what I was thinking about, sadly, on top of the movie just being a very nice watch.
And fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
I watched it with my boys, again, preteens, and they enjoyed it. They thought it was funny, and they had fun things
I'm really
to say
glad.
during
I'm
it.
really glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching with Austin. He was like, God, this movie holds up.
Yes,
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
All right.
But onwards.
We were saying, Alyssa, that this could almost be a segment that we do again. Like, we come back to sports movies for,
I mean,
like,
there's,
round
again,
two.
that's what's so great about sports movies too is like, yeah, I mean, I love competition and everything, but the wholesomeness and the ups and the downs, it's the stakes are so good, the lessons to be learned are so good. I would be down for that.
All right. Let's see. Well, let's see if make sure, because
Okay,
we've got some
hang on,
good
yeah.
ones.
We're not done yet.
A League of Their Own.
Oh, that's mine.
Nice.
That's the...
That was one of the ones I was thinking about putting in. There's so many good ones.
There's so many good ones. I didn't know, again, because the genre is so vast. And I feel like there's a handful of like sad ones and just really intense ones. So I was like, you know what? I want to put kind of a lighthearted, fun, classic.
Yeah. This
in
is
there.
such a classic Pinnacle movie that still plays today.
Yeah. So that's kind of why I threw it in there. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But yeah, just kind of one of those, like you said, Pinnacle classics. So couldn't hurt.
I've never seen this one.
There you go.
Another one, Kyle.
I'm a little embarrassed that I haven't seen this one yet.
No,
Now you can't.
I can see why. Like, it's pretty old, unless it's a one that you have to purposely go out and watch.
Yeah,
You're not going to stumble upon this one anyway.
Yeah. You're probably right about that.
So
I'm trying to remember the year of it, but
86, I think. I'm going to say 87.
I'm saying 92.
92. What is it?
No, it's 92.
Oh, it is 92?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I was thinking late 80s.
Just one that I've heard great things, but I just never got around to for some reason. All right.
We've got a fun
that's a good
cast.
one.
Madonna, Rosie
I know, get some Madonna
O'Donnell,
in there.
Gina Davis.
Yep.
That's a really good
What's
cast.
his name?
I only knew of Tom Hanks.
Tom
right?
Hanks. Yeah, Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
But no, the ball player cast is
It's
awesome.
so good. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's a really good pick.
Nice. Oh, okay. Well, this will be fun. You haven't seen it.
But we will not be talking about this movie next week, because next week will be an episode with an interview from Adam Howe from GoTab, which is a point of sales tech company. They help just make it easier on not just customers, but also helpful for staff members, employees to be able to run sales for all of their food and ticketing. How I'm trying to word this. They pretty much help staff members make it easy, and also make it easy for customers to be able to make their orders
I was going to say,
fast and efficient.
They doesn't GoTab specialize more in a point of sales for a dine-in movie experience?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they also
They can also do the other stuff.
right.
I thought that from your conversation, it was more of the like they have good menus, easy to order from your seat. They have a good setup for that.
Ease of access.
Yeah.
Yes.
For
Yeah. No, you guys
things point
actually
of sale.
explained it very perfectly. But they are getting into the business of, like Cody was saying, dine-in movie theaters, but also movie theaters in general. But they just explain how the technology works, why it's very efficient, how they're able to make it so it's accessible for you to acquire, but also just accessible for the users to be able to attain it, and the functionalities of it, and just talking a bit about the future of it and how they're trying to incorporate themselves more with movie theaters in general. So that's going to be coming out next week.
I think this will be a good conversation to, I do think movie theaters need to innovate, and they need to look at ways that they can create new offerings and new experiences. And I think the more they learn about different tech that's out there that's available to them, the better, because
it's really essential nowadays.
Yeah. And it's more than just saying, I want to add a dine-in experience. I want to be able to serve people in their seats. Well, how are you going to do that? What's the experience for that person? What's the experience for your staff? It's nice to start educating yourselves on all these different vendors and what they have to offer to make sure you're getting the right experience for your theater and for your patrons.
Yeah. But also for the patrons, it's opportunity to create options of that experience. It can be the experience of talking to someone on staff and being able to have the orders in person, or you can make it easier on everyone by having it be faceless and fast and efficient to get orders out, and for patrons to be able to have their orders at the ready. So yeah, just a very great service. And that interview, like I said, will be out next week, but we will be back the week after for our normal episode.
And A League of Their Own.
Yes. And A League of Their Own. All right. So until then, everyone have a great weekend, and we'll be back, I guess, in 2 weeks, technically.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.